Guardiola versus Alamo Fireworks. This is on some unpaid wages, looks like.
Yes, Jen.
Okay, all right, you may proceed.
Okay, signed a contract with Alamo in the month of October of 2024. It was to work at a fireworks stand prior to January 1st, 2025. The contract stated that you were not to leave the fireworks stand alone. We were out there 15 days, myself and my second in command. And so we did that. And we both did the inventory when we received it. And when the inventory was due back, we were given an appointment date to do the inventory with Alamo. So that was done. And we had a lot of issues trying to contact them for various reasons. And when we found out that they were not paying us because of inventory discrepancies, we went up there to their office and they told us that we had to make an appointment, that we needed to text through an app that we would communicate through. And so we did that, and they never responded, never. And the message that we did get was due to...
Hold on, that's a huge red flag already. Imagine working 15 days in the cold, getting paid absolutely nothing, and the only explanation is a one-line message about inventory discrepancies. Whether the company is right or wrong, that's terrible communication. And here's the big question. If inventory was really missing, why wasn't the worker shown exactly what was missing?
Inventory discrepancies, have a good day. That was the message we got.
Did they ever tell you what the
No.
discrepancy was? How much was supposedly
Nothing.
missing? What?
We went out there where they're located at to talk to someone, to whoever the person is that we need to talk to about the inventory. I mean, we did the inventory with them, so I don't get that part, but.
And there was no problem when you
No.
had the appointment and they didn't
What?
say like, where is this? Or we should have, 50 more of these or 100 more of these or.
We did it together and everything was documented. Okay, so when they said there was inventory discrepancies, well, of course, we went out there to find out, well, who do we need to talk to about what are the discrepancies, right? They said we needed to text through the app that we were communicating through, right? So we did that so many times and we never got a response. And the response we did get was that due to discrepancies, and have a good day, so we didn't get paid. We got paid zero. It was cold out there.
Days being
15
there.
days out in the
7.
Yes, in the cold. And
Okay. And how much is it that you were supposed to get paid?
well, there was a percentage of what you sold. And my second in command stayed. I have no contact with him anymore, but he stayed with my folders that I had, where I had downloaded the e-sign contract and some notes on the inventory list. But that's all we had. That's all I had.
So how much were you supposed to get paid? Do you know?
I can't even remember the percentage of our sales. When we figured it out at that time, it was like 5,000.
And that was for your pay or both of y'all?
Well, I was the one on the contract. And so the person that's helping you, they call it the second person in command.
So you would get the money and then you would pay
Yes.
them?
Yes. And then it stated that we were told that the last 3 days before New Year's Eve, well, the last day that we worked was New Year's Day. We had to have a certain amount of people working at the stand. So that money, I paid these people and that came out of my pocket. And
Okay, do you have any documentation of the e-sign of the contract of you paying these people? Do you have
Okay.
any documents anywhere?
the e-contract, all I had was I had downloaded the contract because everything was done.
Okay, is it on your phone?
No, and then just the inventory list where we have made some notes. But they have my contract and they have the inventory list.
Okay, they don't have the money that you paid all these people at the stand.
No, because we were told that,
But do you have that coming out of, I mean, do you have it in your checkbook, in your?
no, I just took it out cash but we were told that they were not responsible to pay these people. I was. And, I mean, it was the first time I've ever done it, worked at a fireworks stand like that. So I just did what I was told. So it had to come out of my pocket to pay these people, but I had to have no less than 5 people working those last 3 days because, it's closer to New Year's Eve. But
So you
before
had
that, it was
5
just me.
people working
Mhm.
for 5 days,
Yes, ma'am.
not the full 15 days.
No, just the last 3 days.
Okay,
And
you had 5 people working the last 3 days of the 15 days.
Yes. And before the last 3 days, it was just me and the other person.
Okay, and you were to pay the other person.
I'm sorry?
You were to pay the second in
Ye-
command
Yes,
out of your.
but he didn't
money.
get paid because I didn't get paid.
Okay.
And now the case takes a complete turn. Up until this point, it sounded like a simple unpaid wages dispute. But suddenly we're looking at commissions, shrink deductions, inventory penalties, rent charges, and multiple contract clauses. What started as a straightforward case is becoming an accounting puzzle.
So you were supposed to pay, basically, there's 7 people involved, you, the
Mhm.
second in command, and these 5 other people.
Mhm.
So there's 7 people total. And 5 people worked 3 days.
Mhm. Because
And you paid those people.
Yes, ma'am.
But you don't have any record of paying them.
No. And I never,
When you come to court,
I know.
you have to have evidence. I mean, it's
I,
just like everyone's had evidence and you have no evidence of a
Exactly.
contract. You have no evidence. Where are these people? Where are they to testify? What hours they worked, how much they were paid? Where's the second in command telling me that he was there for 15 days? And I mean, and I don't know how much you sold and I don't know what the percentage is of what you were supposed to get from the sale of what you sold. So you really have no evidence of anything.
well, the folder that I had that I
Okay,
found,
where's your
he has it,
folder?
and I don't have contact with him. I don't even know where he's at. But they should have my contract and
Okay,
they,
but you brought the case. This is
Yes.
your case. You're the plaintiff. You're the one that's supposed to prove your case, not the defense. I mean, that's just how court works. All right, so you have no evidence at all. You really don't even know how much you were supposed to get paid because you don't know how much you sold and you don't know what percentage you were supposed to get, right? I mean, that's what I heard. But you worked 15 days. All right. Do you have any knowledge of who this lady is? If she was supposed to work for y'all, if you do have a contract?
Yes, Your Honor. I have, I think, everything that she mentioned. So how our business works is we actually take on 1099 contractors
Okay.
and we loan them out inventory. They sell it, they make a percentage off of it, but then they get that percentage. But as outlined in the contract that I can give to you, it shows if you have shrink, that's taken out of your commission.
If you have what?
Shrink, so loss of product. So if
Okay.
you don't bring back all the product that you're supposed to, that's taken out of your commission. And then any fees, if you break anything, it's all outlined here. This is the entire contract signed.
Yes, please.
And then the green tab outlines essentially how the commission can be lowered for any reason.
So what is the commission? Like if they sell $100,000, they get
Yeah.
how much of a?
So, excuse me, it's 18.5% of whatever you sell, minus all the items that I mentioned.
Thank you.
And this is covered during our training prior to, we do specific trainings for new operators, even returning operators. We call our contractors operators. So it's all outlined. They also have an on-the-ground supervisor that goes out to their locations. If you're a new operator, which she was, they went out there at least 4 to 5 times throughout the season. I even actually went out to that location myself to help set up additional signage and such.
Okay, so there's a $500 deposit.
It's refunded.
So she had to put up $500.
Yep.
Okay,
All operators have to put a deposit down and then they're refunded at the end of the season.
okay. Do they have to hire their own staff?
Yes, ma'am.
And have y'all keep, it says any cash not immediately deposited. How can you keep up with that cash?
Yeah, so we have a system, and they actually deposit at the end of each night and it loads automatically in the morning. So in the morning, we send out notifications if anyone didn't make a deposit. So that's it's just a rolling update. And all operators are given their own bank deposit cards, or if they have night drop, they get keys.
Once the operator leaves its unsold product with cosigner, operator may no longer contest the return of inventory count. What's the deal with you all went out there and went through the inventory with her? Did you do that or did somebody else?
So at the end of the season, all of the operators have to bring, in San Antonio, they bring their products back to our warehouse. And they have to palletize, wrap it, and then they come back for their actual inventory count. We do not open those pallets once they come to the dock until that operator comes back for their count. So once they come for the count, we open up the pallets, we set everything up, and then we go through and we count all the inventory. Then we look at their counts and we basically see, okay, hey.
But they're not there.
No, they're there.
Okay,
They're
okay,
there.
okay.
And we discuss if there's any discrepancies, we recount, and then at the end, we go through and we add all of the quantities into our NetSuite system. And so if there are any major discrepancies based off of what we can see there, we have our team and the operator go and recount right in the moment. A lot of the times, we're in favor of the operator because we want return operators to come and work for us again.
So do you remember what the count was or what was the discrepancy in this one?
There were a lot of discrepancies. And I have heard, we provided a digital count sheet. So when they first receive their inventory at the stands, they're supposed to do a beginning count, right? Verify they have all the inventory that they've been sent. And then at the end of the season, before they bring it back to the warehouse, they should do another count. That is reflected on here. As you can see, a lot of their counts are the same at the beginning and the end of season. So I'm
And now the case takes a complete turn. Up until this point, it sounded like a simple unpaid wages dispute. But suddenly we're looking at commissions, shrink deductions, inventory penalties, rent charges, and multiple contract clauses. What started as a straightforward case is becoming an accounting puzzle.
not sure if they didn't do the beginning count or if they didn't do the end count and they just pencil whipped it. So I have that count here. This is the count from when they came to the warehouse. And you can see. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Again, it's the same items that are on there, but this is us doing a count together. And then this is the final printout showing all of the items that should have been returned, sold.
And I'm looking at this 18.5% potential earnings. And it says 6.5% discount from the suggested retail pricing for contractors operator location. 3% discount. Retail selling price contingent on operator conducting an active inventory count. So because they didn't do that, there's 3% or is it
We actually.
9.5% off? I don't know.
Yeah, so that
I'm
outlines.
confused on that.
Well, it outlines basically the amount of discount we could take away. We rarely do it. It's more of a fail safe because we do have people that steal our products that
Yes.
leave.
Oh,
So we have to have them in place. Now, in this situation, we actually ended where she kept $945 cash. I have that on her settle up sheet. That's what we-
$945 cash.
Ma'am.
Okay.
And what you'll see is that after, so product that was sold and or not returned is where the 18.5% comes from. And then minus fees, rent, and shrink. And in
And-
this case, minus also what she kept in the $900, she actually owed us a little over $2,000. What we did though, in her favor was I called it even, I got approval for that, and she didn't owe us anything at the end of the season.
So, and it also says y'all take 5% for rent.
It's $150. You'll see it on the sell-up sheet there.
150 for the full 15 days?
Yes, ma'am. Legally, we have to do it.
And she's saying that she was owed about $5,000, but that's not what it looks like.
No, Your Honor.
Watch the judge carefully here. This isn't just about reading numbers, it's about whether the company's paperwork actually tells a clear story. If a judge can't easily follow your accounting, that's a serious problem. In court, confusing records often create just as many questions as missing records.
I'm just still looking at the contract. It's a very intricate contract. All right, so the 18.5% of the sales, and then 5% goes off for the rent, and then it looks like, I don't know, bless you. I don't know where the 2,000 that you say is owed. Is it just from inventory that was stolen or
Not
taken?
returned. Yeah,
not
so,
Or whatever.
and we can't assume anything, but it didn't come back. What she was given minus what she sold, she did not return the full amount of inventory.
And did you give her a copy of this?
She had a copy of everything.
And where are you getting the 2,000? Because I see this, it
If
says.
you, yep, if you
It's
look,
just I see the 945, what you're
Mhm.
telling me, the cash.
yep, so you see the,
Settle up. Is that it?
where it's negative 2,079, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Settle up, okay, settle up amount due to operator,
Yes,
$2,079.63.
but that's a negative.
Oh, it didn't say negative.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
was
the way the
confused
print
about.
is, yes,
So that was because of whatever wasn't returned,
yes,
a retail price of the fireworks.
yes.
And y'all still allowed her to keep the 945. So y'all are in the red, $1,134.48 is what you're in the negative.
Yes. I also do have all of the printouts of, we use Slack, which is a direct messaging system. And we gave her some additional credits for some discrepancies. And that's outlined on here. It was, I think, about 4 or 5 items. And that's included in that total. And then at the very end, she asked for someone to call her. She gave me her number. I called her 2 times. She did not respond. I gave it 4 days. And at that point, I had to close out the account.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Yes, what is the $900? What is?
It was cash that you retained. That you kept. It was $945 cash that you kept. Maybe that's how you just told me you paid cash to your employees, those 5 employees that were working. So maybe you paid that to them. I don't know. But basically it shows that they're in the red, $2,079.63. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like you're in the red. It looks like you're in the red, $1,134.48, because otherwise this would be $3,000.
Oh, yes, sorry. The 2,000 was before the cash return.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so basically they are in the red. They allowed you to keep the $945.15. But when they add everything up, the things that are missing and they didn't get add up to $1,134.48. Hold on. So it seems like this is not in the red. The $2,079 is not in the red. This is what you owed her. You let her keep the $945. So it looks like you still owe her $1,134.48. That's the way I'm
No.
looking at it.
No, it's the settle up sheet it's kind of backwards in how it shows.
Because
Um,
otherwise you wouldn't have allowed her to keep that. You would be suing her for that.
No,
$900.
if it didn't have the parentheses, that's how much we would owe her. It's how the settle up calculates on NetSuite. You'll see the pluses and minus. It's almost backwards. But we do have a training that we go over on the settle up before and after the season with the operators.
Well, to me, it looks like cash retained, the settle up amount due to operator. She is the operator, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it says settle.
And here's the moment that changes everything. The missing $500 deposit becomes the judge's biggest concern. If that refund can't be documented, the entire financial calculation starts looking incomplete. Sometimes one missing document can outweigh pages of complicated accounting.
Settlement or settle up amount due to operator, which is her,
Mhm.
is $2,079.63. You allowed her to keep the cash, which was $945.15. So to me, with your accounting, it looks like you owe her $1,134.48. That's what it looks like through all of this.
It's the opposite. She owes us the amount. So the 2,000 was what she owed. The 900 is a credit to her because she kept the cash, so that's taken out. And then the remainder in the parentheses at the bottom is what she owes. This is how all of our settle ups look. Because her max commission was 4,888. She had
You would not have allowed her to keep the cash.
well, we don't have that choice. They're allowed to keep a percentage of cash while they're operating so they
She
can
gave
pay
you a
out their,
plus she gave you a $500 deposit.
which was refunded.
Where was that refunded?
That's all through our bill.com system.
Because that's not in here. And this is the
yeah.
accounting sheet, so it should be on here.
That's separate. When they come on board, it's a totally different sheet and there's a deposit form for it.
Did you get the $500? Your deposit back?
No.
No?
No, ma'am. No,
Can you show me where she got the deposit back?
I didn't bring that with me.
Well, to me, y'all need to fix this because this to me, if she owed you $2,000 and she kept $945, it would be, I do math all day long on Tuesdays,
Mhm.
believe me, with eviction court. So, and I love math. It would be, she would owe you $3,024.78. That's what it should say down here. It should say, if this is what you're saying, it should say the 2,000, then it should say operator kept cash. And then this total should be $3,024.78. And then it should say minus the 500 that she gave you is what that's how it should be. Yeah, this, I don't know how y'all do your accounting, but anyway, what you're showing me is that you still owe her. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry. Can I see that one top page again? You see 1,134.48, and then you don't have any way of showing me about the 500, so. All right, 1,134.
And Your Honor, so it's total commission paid. So it's not, I don't know how to explain this the right way. That settle up amount due to operator is negative because they owe us. When it has parentheses,
Well,
it's negative because
What a finish. The plaintiff walked into court asking for roughly $5,000, but the final judgment came from the judge interpreting the company's own paperwork against them. It's a powerful reminder that courtroom victories aren't always about who tells the better story, they are often about whose evidence is clearer. Do you think the judge got this one right, or would you have ruled differently?
they had more shrink dollars.
Okay, well, look at that, okay? So
No,
if it was a
yeah.
negative, the 2,000, okay? If that was a negative and she kept $945, that 2,000 negative should be now 3,000 because she kept the cash. So on the bottom, instead of it being 1,000 whatever, it should say that she owes y'all $3,000. And then it should say she gave you 500, you subtract that and it would be around 2,500, but that's not what that says. And that's what you gave me. So anybody have anything else? I mean, what your accounting needs to be changed if that's what it's supposed to be, because that's not what it says. All right. The court is awarding the plaintiff $1,634.48. That is the $1,034. No, it shouldn't be that. It should be 1,500. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, that's right. That's the $1,134.48. That still looks like on your sheet that you owe her plus the $500 deposit. So that's $1,634.48. Cost of court, post-judgment interest and possession, not possession. That's for eviction court. But you do have 21 days to appeal. Okay, everyone has 21 days to appeal. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.